What's up, guys? Today we're going to build this simple work surface so you can start using your Dovetail Clamp AP right away. The Dovetail Clamp AP is a truly unique clamp, acting as a hold down and inline clamp all in one. This simple project will help you get acquainted with the functionality of the clamp, and it's expandable as you continue to integrate the MATCHFIT line into your shop. With just one dovetail track and the Dovetail Clamp AP, you can glue up multiple parts across the entire length of this flat clamping surface, or secure material for processes that require the top of the material to be unobstructed, like sanding or routing. For this project, you'll need a table saw, a router table or a handheld router with a good edge guide, 1/4 inch straight or spiral router bit, a 1/2 inch 14-degree dovetail router bit, 1.5 inch long wood screws, a 24 inch wide, 48 inch long sheet of MDF or plywood, at least 3/4 of an inch thick and laminated with Formica on one side, a 1 inch thick piece of solid wood or plywood, 2 inches wide, 24 inches long. Gluing together 2 pieces of 1/2 inch plywood will work just fine too. To ensure flatness, this panel can either be secured to an existing flat workbench or it can be built with an exterior plywood frame. Step 1. Cut the stock to size. Cut your laminated plywood or MDF sheet down to 24 inches wide by 48 inches long on the table saw. Cut a strip of 1 inch thick solid wood or plywood down to 24 inches in length, then rip it down to 2 inches in width. For the hold down stop, tilt your table saw blade to 30 degrees, set your rip fence to 1 1/4, then cut the bevel on the 2 inch wide strip. Step 2. Cut a relief groove. Use a 1/4 inch straight or spiral router bit, set to cut 11/32 of an inch deep, and route a groove across the center lengthwise. You can either do this on a table saw or on a router table. If you're using a table saw or a router table, you'll need to set the fence at 12 inches. Step 3. Route your dovetail track. Set a 1/2 inch 14-degree dovetail router bit to a cutting depth of 3/8 of an inch, and route a dovetail track down the middle of the laminated sheet long ways. It'll be in the same location as the relief groove. If you're using a handheld router, just make sure that your edge guide is secured parallel along the 48 inch length. If you're using a router table with less than 12 inches of capacity, use an auxiliary fence secured perpendicular to where the fence normally sits, 12 inches from the center of the bit. If you need some instruction on how to do that, go to this link right here to check out the video and download the free plans. Step 4. Attach the hold down stop. Align the flat edge of the beveled strip with the 24 inch edge of the laminated panel and secure it in place with clamps. Countersink some pilot holes in the laminated panel from the bottom, then attach the hold down ramp with wood screws. At this point, you can either screw this thing down to an existing workbench you already have and call it a day, or you can build a dedicated frame. So if you want to build that frame, follow on to the next step. To build the plywood frame, you'll need the following materials. Arrange and assemble 2 of the inner sides of the frame with parts E and F. It helps to use a brad nailer to keep the parts secure temporarily. The outer layer of plywood is going to cover the nail holes, so it's not a big deal. Once all 4 sides of the frame are together, glue and clamp the outside layer in the same configuration. If you want, you can chamfer the bottom corners of the laminated plywood so that it drops into the frame more easily. Once the frame's all together, drop the laminated panel down into the frame to make sure that it fits. Step 6. Attach the laminated panel to the frame. Flip the whole thing over with the laminated side of the panel facing down. Attach the panel to the frame with screws so that the top can be replaced if needed. I use pocket holes for these instructions just because they're a really accessible, really common method of joinery for utility projects like this, but feel free to use whatever method of joinery you prefer most. Operation. To clamp multiple parts, place them on a panel with one end bumped up against the beveled edge of the hold down stop, centered over the dovetail track. Arrange the parts how you want and apply glue. Insert the Dovetail Clamp AP into the track from the open end. Lower the clamp arm and line the edge of your material up with the edge positioning guide. Now tighten the clamp and marvel as the pressure transfer notch pivots around the corner, applying hold down and inline pressure simultaneously. Oh yeah. To secure a part for sanding or routing, you'll need 2 spacers. Just grab whatever scrap you have lying around as long as it's thinner and sits below the material you're working with. Bump 1 spacer up under the hold down stop, then your workpiece, then another spacer. Use the inline pressure from the X-pad to pinch your workpiece from the side, tight enough to keep it from shifting. And there you go. Pretty simple, right? Now this is expandable, so as you continue to add the MATCHFIT collection and integrate it into your workshop, you can route more grooves, use more clamps and hardware to get more functionality out of this. All right, that's all I have for you today. Be sure to visit us at microjig.com/matchfitprojects for more instructional videos and project plans that you can download for free. While you're there, sign up for our newsletter. We're always sending out more plans, more videos, lots of stuff to keep you inspired. Thanks for watching.